Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. Today's video is going to be a video response to Puckbond007's 1000 subscribers contest. First of all, congratulations on reaching 1000 subscribers, and I didn't mention it in the comment that I left on that video, but thank you for the shout out that you gave me. I completely forgot to actually say that in the comment, but yeah, it was very much appreciated. And in regards to what happened with the name change, I'm honestly not too sure. It was something to do with YouTube, because it was my, Darth Lorexa, that's my channel name, but for some reason it's changed to my actual name, and I'm not too sure how to actually change that back, to be honest. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure yeah, as I said, how to fix it. But yeah, so for this video, because he asked to do either a top 3, a top 5 or a top 10 favourite films of 2012, and I'm going to be doing a top 10 list. And since I actually have, I've sort of got a list of how I rank the films from last year, and yeah, so I'll be doing a top 10 list, so I'll just get straight into it. So hopefully this video won't be too long. And at number 10 I have the Expendables 2. I loved the hell out of this movie. I thought it was a lot better. Well, I did think it was a lot better than the first one, even though I did like the first one. But yeah, this was just a lot of fun. It was awesome seeing it on the big screen, and yeah, it's just a lot of shoot 'em up action. You don't go into these type of films expecting a plot. So yeah, and I was just happy seeing people like Stallone, Statham, Arnie, all in the one movie. So, and but yeah, because I did love Jean-Claude Van Damme as the villain in this, and yeah, and also because I think probably my favorite moment is the scene with Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger in the car, and they're fighting over this, the size of the car. I thought that was probably one of my favorite moments in this film. But yeah, I just loved seeing this, as I said. And yeah, so this is number 10, Expendables 2. Then at number 9 we have Dread. Again, an awesome action film, and yeah, again, awesome seeing it on the big screen as well. Kind of disappointed that it didn't do as well at the box office, since it doesn't, as far as I'm aware, there's really no plans for a sequel, because I would love a sequel to this. Yeah, it was just, yeah, it was kind of, crazy, over the top, and yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I loved Karl Urban as Dredd, and I don't know if it was just me, but when he said I am the law, my mind just went, and the law is not mocked, like a Javert Les Mis reference there. I don't know, that might just be me, but yeah, I got a kick out of that line. So but yeah, this was a lot of fun, and yeah, and I would love to see a sequel to this, but probably won't happen. So but yeah, so that's Dread. Then at number 8 we have Argo. I agree with just pretty much everyone here, and say that Ben Affleck should have been nominated for Best Director, and should have won. So he would have been my pick for Best Director if but the Academy didn't see it that way. So but yeah, this film I thought was well acted. It was tense, but it had its lighter moments as well, like the whole planning to shoot a Hollywood, shooting a fake Hollywood movie. Yeah, I just thought that was yeah, really quite interesting how they did that. And especially since it's based on a true story. I don't know too much about the actual historical events that the film is based on, but so I really haven't watched any of the special features about it on this Blu-ray yet. But I thought this was very good, and you know, of course, it won Best Picture of last year. So yeah, and even though, you know, it's not like, you know, in my top 5 or anything, I did like it enough for it to be in my top 10, so, but yeah, so Argo. And then at number 7, we have The Hunger Games. To be honest, I've only read the first 2 books that the film's based on, but, like, I haven't read, like, Mockingjay yet, but I read I think I read the first, actually no, I did read the first 2 books before the film came out. To be honest, I don't even know how I first heard about the series. It's just, so I'm trying to think if it might have been like a role, because in one of my roleplay games there was a Katniss Everdeen in, like, as a character in the game that I'm in. So I'm not sure if that's how I first heard about it, but yeah, so I ended up reading the first 2 books, and yeah, and then I went to see the movie, which I thought was a very good adaptation, like, you know, for the material they had to work with, because obviously it's, like, you know, young adults, so they had to sort of, I guess, tone down the violence that's actually in the books, because I felt, when I saw the movie, I actually felt that the books were a lot more brutal than what the movie is, even though, you know, the movie is, some parts are actually quite disturbing, but I did think it was a very, you know, very good adaptation. I can't wait for Catching Fire in November, so but yeah, I liked this movie, so, and I liked Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss. I thought she did a good job, and well, actually, I thought the whole cast did a good job, so, but, yeah, so, The Hunger Games. At number 6, I have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I still need to read the book. I have it in my collection, but I have not got around to it. To be honest, the only reason I went to see this film was because of Emma Watson, since, you know, like, coming off the Harry Potter series, I wanted to see other works that she's done, because she hadn't really done anything aside from Harry Potter, like, while she was filming the series. So I decided to check this out, and I was quite pleasantly surprised. I know the book's quite, well, I don't know if it still is controversial, but it was, because I think it's one of the books that has either been on the banned list or people try to get it on the banned list. But yeah, I thought, you know, it was very well done. Came close to crying a couple of times, and I generally don't cry in movies, except for one of them, which is coming up in the top, like, list. But yeah, it was, yeah, I liked all the 3 leads in this, and yeah, it was like, yeah, really, you know, it was moving, quite powerful, like, you know, the storyline, and yeah, so, and because what I also find interesting is the guy who, I think he directed it, Steven Chbosky, so I think because he wrote the book, he also wrote, I think, the screenplay, and he also directed it, I believe, so, yeah, I found that quite interesting, so, but, yeah, so number 6, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. At number 5, I have The Dark Knight Rises, because I just have the Dark Knight trilogy box set, so I don't have an individual copy of the film, but yeah, I thought it was, you know, it was a fitting conclusion to the Dark Knight trilogy. I don't think it was as good as The Dark Knight. I think The Dark Knight is still my favourite. It would probably be my, even though I do like Batman Begins, I like that film a lot, but I'm not sure if it would probably be just above Batman Begins, but the trilogy as a whole is, you know, pretty much near perfect, and yeah, and I liked, I thought Tom Hardy gave a great performance as Bane. I liked Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, and yeah, so I mean, it's not my, it's not my favourite superhero movie of last year. You'll see what my favourite one is in a bit, but I did think it was, set a fitting conclusion. And yeah, so it's The Dark Knight Rises is number 5. Then at number 4 we have Skyfall. This was the first Bond film that I got to see in the cinema, because I've only recently, like in the past probably 3 to 4 years, I've really gotten into the Bond films. I want to say this is, because I want to say this is my favourite, but I have a soft spot for GoldenEye, so I'm sort of torn between the two, because this was just awesome, from beginning to end. Like, I just loved everything about it, the title song, the acting, the cinematography, especially when they're in the Scottish, the Scottish Highlands, and like, the whole sky turns to orange, and it's when the final, like, battle, I guess you say, takes place. That scene was just breathtaking, and yeah, I sort of also loved get like the little nods that they gave to the other, like, Bond films. I thought that was quite well done, and yeah, even though yeah, one part of it was, it was quite sad. I don't want to, I think everyone knows what I'm talking about, but like, with what happened to, Judi Dench's character, but I am looking forward to seeing the new direction that the like, for the next Bond film coming out. I believe it's next year, so that'll be quite interesting to see. But yeah, it's yeah, I thought this was very good, and it's, yeah, it was, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So number 4 is Skyfall. Then at number 3 we have The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. I saw this, well, there's a couple of reasons I wanted to see this. One, because Martin Freeman was playing Bilbo Baggins, and actually I think that might have been the main reason I wanted to see it, because, I'm a huge fan of BBC Sherlock, and yeah. Well, and also because, I am a fan of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so I was curious to see how this one played out. And yeah, I was, very surprised, like, how, well, I shouldn't have been surprised, but, it was turned out to be quite, well, more than good. Yeah, I thought for the film it was, yeah, very well done. I just love seeing this New Zealand scenery. I think that's sort of one of my draws, like, that draws me into the these films, because I think every time I see the New Zealand, like, the mountains and all the, like, the landscapes, it just makes me want to go to New Zealand. And because it's only like a 4-hour plane ride across the whatever the sea is that's between Australia and New Zealand. I think it's the Tasman, but I'm not sure, but yeah, so I don't really have much of an excuse as to why I haven't gone over, but one of these years I am going to get there. So but yeah, I just, I loved the score to this. I really need to track down the soundtracks to this film, because yeah, I really loved the music in here, and yeah, it was, and but I am also looking forward to the second part, I can't pronounce, the one with Smorg in it, that has Smorg in the title, because Benedict Cumberbatch is voicing the dragon, so that should be pretty interesting to seeing that played out on the big screen. So, but yeah, number 3 is The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. And then we get into like knowing my top 2 favourite films of last year. The first one being The Avengers. For the longest time this was my favourite, but I think you will, if you know me, you'll know what film is coming in at number 1. My favourite superhero film of last year. I saw this film 7 times in the cinema, which I've never done before, and it's probably very unlikely I will do this again, unless of course I decide to see the second one as many times as I did this one. But yeah, this was just epic, from start to finish. It's glad to see that Joss Whedon is actually getting, the recognition that he finally deserves, because if he's left to his own devices, he can, produce the goods, which, the studios are finally seeing that. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, well, the rest of Phase 2 and, of course, Avengers 2, which, Joss is also, directing, so... But, yeah, I just love this film a lot, and I actually rewatched it the other day, and it's still just as good. I think that was like my 13th time seeing it, like, including the 7 that I saw it at the cinema, and then how many times I've watched it since getting the Blu-ray. Yeah, I can never grow tired of it. I just, love this film a lot, so, and it is at number 2. So The Avengers, and my favourite film of last year, I think you've all guessed what that is, and that of course is Les Miserables, the movie musical, and yeah, it was everything I had hoped it would be. This is my favourite musical of all time, and I'm hopefully going to be getting to see the stage production when it comes to Melbourne next year, so... yeah, it's the only film that pretty much had me bawling, the tears basically started building, the second the overture started playing, and then by the end of it, I was like, the tears just were flowing. I'd never cried that hard during a movie. I was doing pretty well too, like, I didn't get, I wasn't crying when Fontaine died, but the waterworks started when Gavroche and the barricade boys were killed in the, final battle. I mean, I should have seen that coming, because I can't even listen to that scene, like, on the cast recordings that I've got, let alone actually watch it take place. Yeah, I was bawling for like 5 minutes after that, and of course because when the Night of Anguish is playing, the cinema was like deathly quiet, and I'm there trying not to make noises, because I was sobbing that hard. But yeah, I just adore this movie. I've again watched this a couple of times since getting the Blu-ray, and yeah, because for me, it was also, like, there was that bit, and then right at the end, when, she's seen, like, Fontaine's, like, when Valjean's dying, and he's just like, come with me, where chains will never bind you, and then he meets the bishop right at the end, which was actually changed for the, movie, because in the stage play, it's, Eponine who's in that scene, but and I'm actually glad that they did change it to the bishop for that moment. Yeah, that just set me off again, so, but yeah, I just, I love, all the, I pretty much love the entire cast for this movie. Yes, even Russell Crowe, who I will admit was the weakest vocally, but I thought he acted the part really well, so, and, I loved that they cast Samantha Barks as Eponine, because she's pretty much, I think she's done the full circle now with that role. She played Eponine in the actual West End show for a year. She was Eponine in the 25th anniversary concert, and she was Eponine in the film. So, yeah, I'm you know, and also glad that she got cast over Taylor Swift, because I think everyone was sure that had been confirmed, and then it was like, there was this, I think there was like this epic sigh of relief when Samantha Bucks was announced that she was playing Eponine, but yeah. And I also, yeah, you know, I love Hugh Jackman, and, you know, I loved his portrayal as Valjean. I would have liked to have seen him win the Oscar for his role, but, you know, he still won the Golden Globe for it, so, and you know, I mean, of course, you know, I won't deny that Daniel Day-Lewis was also deserving of the Oscar he won, because, you know, he was also good in Lincoln, but, yeah, so I think I'm just going to stop here, because otherwise I will keep rambling about this film, but my favourite film of last year was Les Mis, so there we go. And that is my top 10 favourite films of 2012. I was sort of a bit rambly there in the middle, but yeah, so I'm just going to stop it right here so I don't keep going, but yeah, so again, congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers, Puckbond007, and yeah, so this is my entry video for your contest, and yeah, so until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye.